Is this thing on? Hello, hello? Uh-oh. Another yapper with a mic. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Napkin in Between podcast. I am your host, Dejanay Jones. I hope everyone is having a good day, except for that orange shake lady. Of course. Your girl is feeling refreshed. I know last week I was going the fuck through it, but I'm feeling so much better this week. And that's for a couple of reasons. Number one, and this was the peak of my week. Well, I've had a couple of peaks of my week, actually. First one, obviously, Juneteenth. I love being black. I love being black. It is literally top 2 favorite things, and it's not fucking 2. Oh my God. I in every life, me stuttering is crazy, but in every life, I want to be black. In every life, I would not trade it for one single thing. I don't care. I would not trade it for one single thing because I feel like it's really just such a powerful thing being black. That's how I feel now. And I feel like before I really embraced who I am and everything about me, especially being a black woman, because I've said this before in previous episodes, growing up, I struggled with a lot of internalized racism and anti-Blackness. And it's once you really realize that being black is the teaiest shit in the entire world, oh my God. I really love it here. I love it here so bad. It really does not get better than being black. We are the blueprint. That's why we're always appropriated and never appreciated. We are just top tier. And I love every single thing about being black. God really has favorites, and it is black people. Specifically black women. I love being a black woman. I love being black. I love being a woman, and I love being a black woman. that is my favorite thing ever. And I love, in these past couple of years, I feel like I've made that my entire personality trait. And it's why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I make being a black woman my entire personality trait? It's literally top fucking tier. No one can ever tell me shit. Once you really understand how tea it is to be a black woman, there's really no going back. And I know that might sound narcissistic, but it's not narcissistic, because if it were narcissistic, then I wouldn't be able to say that it's narcissistic. Take a shot every time I just said narcissistic. Please drink responsibly. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But anyway, yeah, I just love being black, and I love learning every day about black history. I really enjoy looking deeper into, of course, the people that we know who are the big historical black figures, but I love finding the hidden gems and the people who did so much and are just in the shadows and people don't know so much about. For example, her name is escaping me. Mahalia Jackson. I think that's how you say her name. I hope I'm saying that right. She was a big inspiration to Martin Luther King Jr. and inspired his I Have a Dream speech. Go look into her. I love finding the hidden gems, the people who don't get talked about a lot and who made such huge contributions to the community. I just love black people. It's really such a powerful thing to realize that there's been so much that has been carefully crafted specifically to keep black people down. And every time they try to figure something out to oppress us or to make our lives harder, because that's what racist people do. Racism is the craziest fucking shit, first of all. How are you mad that I'm black? How are you mad about my skin color? When you really think about it, that's the stupidest shit ever. But I've said before, and I'll say it again, I don't feel like hating is wrong all the time. I feel like people just hate wrong. Do you know what I mean? For example, for me personally, I hate J-Lo. Shocking news, I know, but I hate J-Lo. And I feel like I hate in a way that is productive to society. I hate in a way that calls out her negative behavior or calls out, the shit that she's done, how she's built this major career off of the backs of black women and how she's not a good person. Do you know what I mean? Hating someone and calling out the terrible shit that they do, I feel like that's needed. Which is why I also call out racists and homophobics and transphobics and misogynists, people who deserve hate and bullying. That's what I feel like we need to bring back bullying. But it's and it's not we need to bring back bullying. We need to do it in a better way. Do you know what I mean? Because it's for things like racism, you're mad that I'm black. That's crazy. But it's you're mad but you won't like leave me alone. You know what I mean? Like, you won't just let me live. You won't just not bother me. You won't just go away. You know what I mean? So it's like with racism, it's like they have to make people's lives harder in order to feel any type of joy, in order to feel like they are doing something or they're superior. They have to genuinely make you feel like you are less than and do things to specifically cause you like misery. Because they're just miserable in themselves, and misery loves company. So it's like they do things in order for, like, they're like, I'm miserable, so I need you to be miserable too. Do you know what I mean? And so because they hate Black people so much, like, they have done so many things to try to destroy us and to make our lives harder and to keep us down. And it's like, no matter what they do, Black people's brains they're just so creative, and they can always figure out how to do like an Uno reverse and make it so that we flourish, or like no matter how hard racists try, they can never keep us down. And that's why I love being a Black person so much, because like we've always had to be resilient. We've always had to figure shit out. And so it's like, no matter what happens, we're gonna figure it out. And I love that. I love always being able to just figure shit out. I love that I am independent and that I can, you know, just like figure out what I want to do with my life, or like how to get out of a situation, or how to turn a negative situation into a positive. Like, and I feel like, again, because we've always had to do that as like a community, and then like growing up, it's just trickled down from generation to generation, and it has just made us that much more resilient. And I'm not gonna lie, obviously at times it gets hard, and it's like, damn, like, why won't you just leave me the fuck alone? But at the end of the day, I still would not want to be anything other than a Black person and a Black woman. Like, I just love it so much. And it's literally just like the best thing that has ever happened to me. I'm so grateful that God decided to make me a Black woman. Like, I don't know. I could talk about this forever, but Juneteenth was definitely the peak of my week. I didn't even really do anything on Juneteenth. I was just kind of at home with my dog. I didn't do much. I think, me and Talia, we were going to go to a block party, but it ended up thunderstorming all day, and so we didn't actually go, so I was just at home. But even though I didn't do anything, I guess I just was so grateful to just be at home and just like sit in my Blackness and just soak it all in. Like, yes, I literally feel like a superhero. Like, being Black is my superpower. People say like, oh, superheroes aren't real. No, superheroes are real, and they're Black people. Like, Black people are just top tier, and I love being a Black person, and I love Black people, and I just love everything about being Black. So Juneteenth was the first peak of my week. Second peak of my week is I went to the American Dream Mall, which is a huge mall in, I guess it's technically in New Jersey. Yeah, it's technically in New Jersey, but like in New York City. I took my nanny kids. For those who don't know, I'm a full-time nanny outside of content creation, which I've talked about a little bit. But I took them to a water park. There's a water park in the American Dream Mall. And so we went there because one of my nanny kids is leaving in a couple of days at the time that I'm filming this. She's leaving for summer camp, and she goes away for 7 weeks. Like, she's gone the whole time. And so every summer before she leaves, I always ask her, like, what's one thing you want to do as like her send off to camp? And so this year she was like, I want to go to the American Dream Mall. I want to go to the water park. And so I asked her parents, like, is this okay with you? And they were like, yeah, for sure. Like, are you okay to do that? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I had never been, and, you know, her and her little sister were both very hype and wanted to go. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, we'll go there. And so we go to this water park, and, well, first of all, this mall is fucking huge. Like, there's a water park in there. There's an amusement park. There's skiing. Like, there's so many. And then it's also like a mall, like a shopping mall. Like, there's like Old Navy and American Eagle, Sephora, like all these stores and stuff too. And it's been so long since I feel like I've stepped foot into a mall. Like, I feel like the last mall that I was in was like when I was undergrad in college, which I'm coming up on 7 years since I graduated from college. Just crazy to think about. Like, oh my God, I miss college so much. Life was so much simpler. Anyway, but it had been so long since I had been in an actual shopping mall, because I feel like everyone's so online these days, and we're just like shopping online, and that's how people are building relationships online. Like, oh my God, please touch grass, get off of your phone. After you watch this episode, of course. But it was just so nice to like actually like be in a mall and unplug for a little bit. And so they're doing water rides a little bit, like, and then they're like, okay, we're getting hungry, so we go have lunch. And as we're sitting at lunch, they're like, Dejane, will you go back with us and get in the water, like do the water rides with us? And I didn't even have a swimsuit at the time. But I was like, okay, like we're in this mall, I can go grab a quick swimsuit and then go into the water rides. Because it's been a long time since I've been to a water park even. Like the last time I was in a water park was, I think I was in high school. I went to Splash Lagoon, which is in Erie, over by where I grew up. But like I've always really loved water rides. But I was like, okay, I'm here as, you know, the chaperone. So I didn't take a swimsuit. I was like, I'm just here to chaperone essentially. But they asked me to do the rides with them, and so I was like, let's finish lunch, you know, we'll stop by one of these stores and then I'll buy a swimsuit, I'll get in with you guys. And that literally made me so fucking happy. I forgot how much I really enjoy water parks and water rides, because I'm not a roller coaster person. I hate roller coasters. I hate the feeling of my stomach dropping. Like, people are like, oh my god, roller coasters, the adrenaline rush, da 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 da. I'll get my adrenaline rush some other way. Like, literally any other way. No, not any other way. Like, let's, you know, make sure it's legal and, you know, I'm not going to change my life or anything. But, like, I hate roller coasters, but I love water rides. Like, water rides are so much fun. It was also very freeing for me because, number one, I hadn't been to a water park in a very long time, since, like, high school. And number two, I've never been to a water park or like in a body of water and not had to worry about my hair. Like, I feel like Black women will understand what I mean. Like, going swimming, it's supposed to be such a fun activity as a child, but like you're always a little bit worried about like your hair as a Black girl swimming. And right now, like I don't have any hair, so I didn't have to think about, you know, like, oh, like, you know, this chlorine or whatever. Like, of course, after I got home, I still, like, took a shower, washed my hair and everything. But I didn't have to worry about, like, anything when it came to really anything while I was on the water rides. Like, I didn't have my phone, obviously. Like, I mean, I guess I could have gotten, like, one of those, like, plastic things. But I put my phone away. And I was just extremely present. And not only present, but doing something that I, like, forgot that I found so much joy in doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really love being in the water. I was having the best time. First, we were going down all the water rides, all the slides and stuff. And then we went to, there's like a wave pool. And we were like playing mermaids and like riding the waves and like diving under the waves and like letting the waves crash into us. We started playing this one game. Like, I was low-key waterboarding myself, but my nanny kids wanted me to throw them over the waves. And so, like, I would, like, throw them, but as I would throw them, like, they would make it over the wave, and then the wave would hit me directly into my face. And, like, I was, like, essentially waterboarding myself. But we were having a great time, so I didn't really care. Because I just forgot how much I really enjoyed, like, swimming. And just, like, being in the water. I can remember, like, growing up as a child, we would go to, like, day camp in the summer at the YMCA. And we would swim a lot, and I always loved swimming. I've just always loved being in the water. I've always loved the beach. I've always just loved, like, that's just so fun for me. And I feel like I really needed to be reminded of that, especially last week, because your girl was going through it. Like, oh my God, I was having a rough week, like 0 out of 10 not having a good time. And so it was so nice to be doing something that I like forgot that I had such a love for. And also, I feel like now that I'm like bald or like don't have much hair, I feel like I'm experiencing things extremely differently. And I wish that I knew how to explain it better, but it's just like, as a Black woman, like, our hair is still policed and we're always worried about our hair and how it looks and all this stuff. And like, freeing yourself from that worry and just being like, fuck it, like, I don't care about it, that in itself is freeing. And then like, you're doing things that you've obviously done before. Like, I've swam before, but I've never swam with my head shaved. And like, that was just such a different thing. Like, just not giving a fuck if like how my hair would look after, because I didn't really need to. And not that it even really matters, like, even if my hair was, like, down to my ass crack, and I went into the water and swam, and it shriveled up to, like, the length that it is now, none of that matters. Like, and I feel like shaving my head, genuinely the best thing that I've ever done, because it's truly showing me that none of it matters. Literally, we are on a floating rock in the middle of space, and our country is being run by a fucking fascist. I don't have time to give a fuck, bitch. I'm just trying to live. I'm just trying to enjoy any second that I can. And it's like doing things that I like low-key forgot that I had such a love for it, but also doing them now bald has just been incredibly freeing for me. And it just made me feel just like nothing mattered. And like I was just so present too, which I feel like I never really am. Like, I've also been this past week trying to read more, because I feel like I'm just spending too much time on my phone, like doom scrolling on TikTok, or like, you know, watching something. Like, I'm just so connected to devices all the time. And so I'm trying to get back into reading, because I used to be an avid reader. I would read a book a week and just like read. Like, I've always loved reading, and so I wanted to get back into it. And I just feel like what I need, two things. I need to, number one, do more things from my childhood that like made me super happy, and just be like present. And I feel like reading and swimming are those two things for me. Those were huge for me as a kid. I loved swimming and I loved reading. And they take me away from the current state of the world. Like, they just make, like, when I was swimming, I literally, nothing mattered. I didn't care about anything other than the water. That's all that mattered, was just me being present and like being around them as well, my nanny kids. It's like, I just feel like I want to return to my childhood. Like, I said this a little bit last week, and I didn't even really realize it until just right now in this moment, where I was just like, I miss when, you know, politics, like, I didn't care about them as much. And obviously I know that I have to care about them now, and I do care about them. But there are times where I just need to unplug my brain. And as a kid, obviously, like, you don't know as much when it comes to, like, the bullshit that's in the world. Like, you're just a kid. You just want to be present. Like, I feel like being a child is being present. Like, all that matters is what's in front of you in that present moment. And that's why I like, get upset when people don't realize that, like, all kids really have is their emotions and like what's in front of them. So it's like, we'll see something that's like such a small deal. Like, for example, the other day, my nanny kids, they were fighting because one had taken the other's shirt or something. I don't remember. Like, they just have like the silliest fights. And that's my point. Like, to me, they're super silly, but to them, they're a big deal, right? Like, one sister taking the other sister's shirt, that's huge. Because, like, they don't have, like, thoughts about, like, what's going on in the world. Because they don't have to. They're just kids. You know what I mean? And I feel, I get upset when people, like, make those things a small deal. Because, like, to them, that's everything. To us, obviously, it's a small deal because we have things like bills. And we know about politics. And we know about Trump. And we know about this war in Iran. And we, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know about these bigger issue things. So we're like, your sister taking your shirt is not that big of a deal. But to her, that is the war. That is like the war that is happening. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I love being able to like validate those feelings for them, because it also helps me to validate my feelings. And I feel like it's because I read somewhere, I probably saw it on TikTok, that when you face serious trauma, you kind of stay at that age of when you were traumatized. And I don't want to say my childhood was, like, super traumatic, but, like, kind of. Like, my childhood was kind of traumatic. And I feel like as a child, like, yes, there were times where I was like, okay, I can just be a kid. But I feel like a lot of the times, like, I was thinking a lot about, like, everything. And, like, thinking about myself and feeling out of place and feeling like, you know, I didn't really know where I fit in. And, like, I was always told as a child that I was too emotional and I was a crybaby. So now I'm trying to, like, not have so many feelings. And, like, as a adult who now is a nanny and, like, I used to be a children's therapist, like, I just want to make sure, like, children know that their feelings are valid. And like, yeah, to me, it might be like, this is a stupid argument. Like, you're arguing over your shirt. It's a shirt. But to her, like, that's important to her. That's one of her favorite shirts. That's one of her favorite, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I love being able to validate those feelings because it helps to heal me. I forgot where I was going with that for a second. But like, the point I'm trying to make, I feel like I'm a little bit all over the place today. And I feel like, you know what? I'm tired of pretending. I try to structure my podcast because I feel like a podcast is supposed to be structured, but my brain isn't structured. My thoughts are all over the place all the time, and so it's so hard for me to be like, okay, I'm going to talk about this in this order, and like, we're going to be great. Like, that's just not how I operate. That's not how I think. So it's hard. And I feel like my episodes are a little bit stiff because it's just not something that I'm used to. It's just like having a structured thing. So I don't know. I just feel like my thoughts are all over the place. And so if the podcast is all over the place, chalk it up to my thoughts. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm tired of pretending. I'm tired of trying to be like, yes, this is ABC. Like, I can't do it anymore. I can't. It just, like, my thoughts are all over the place. Therefore, my podcast is going to be all over the place. Anyway, I forget what I was saying again. I think I might have ADHD a little bit, or I'm just hot. It's the heat. Like, it's really hot in New York City right now. But I forget what I was trying to say. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, now that I'm a nanny and I used to work as a children's therapist, which I still incorporate into my nannying, I feel like it's helping me heal my inner child. It's helping me realize that, like, even as a child, my feelings were valid. And even as a child, I deserved to be listened to and deserved respect. And I can do that for them, which helps to heal my inner child as well. And I've talked about this a little bit before, but like, what really helped me to heal was nannying Callie, who was technically my second nanny kid, the second family that I nannied for, but it was basically my first. The first family I nannied for was only like 3 months, and then I was with Callie for a year and a half, almost 2 years. And so working with her from such a young age too, I started working with her when she was 19 months old, and I worked with her until she was 3. Working with her and just being able to, like, again, validate those feelings from a young age, and especially with her being a little black girl, like, I feel like that's what black women need. Black women need to, number one, be carefree and childish a little bit. And what I mean by that is just like doing things that children would do, like childhood activities, like swimming or coloring, or just like things that are more like carefree and childish. I say in quotes because they're not even really childish. I feel like they're sometimes viewed that way because like children mainly do those things, but like I feel like black women need to do more things that like put their mind at ease. And I feel like for me personally, at least, things that I found that really like make me turn off my brain and not think so much is like things like swimming or coloring or different things like that. But also, if you enjoy children, I think that more black women should spend time with children. Not children of your own necessarily, but like kids are so carefree and they never gave a fuck. I love that about kids. Kids never gave a fuck. They'll come up to you and they'll say the most outlandish shit and then do a cartwheel and run the fuck away. Like, my favorite compliments always come from children because I know like you mean that shit. Because kids always say what they mean and mean what they say. Like, if you've ever spoken to a child, it is like they just have no filter. The intrusive thoughts are always winning. And I feel like as black women, we've always had to like have ourselves together. Because it's like we're under this microscope that nobody else is under. And it's like nothing we do is ever good enough. Our responses, either we're angry, we're hostile. Even if you could say something in the most respectful way, and someone will still be like, oh, you're bitter. Oh, you're angry. Oh, you're this or you're that. Like, the only, like, adjective and emotion that they can put onto it, black women, is just, like, angry and bitter. And it's like, hey, so, like, we feel other things. Also, anger is a secondary emotion, meaning that anger is the emotion that's being shown, but it's not the one that's being felt. Meaning that I could be actually feeling sad, but, like, I'm screaming or, you know, I'm ranting or something like that. And so people think like, oh, she's angry. And it's like, no, I'm sad, but it's not showing up as sadness because I'm not like crying or something. Do you know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. I don't feel like I didn't explain that well, but it's like Anger is a secondary emotion. It's not the emotion that's actually being felt. It's just the one that's being shown. But when it comes to Black women, like, even if we show any other emotion, it's like the only thing that they can slap on a Black woman is angry. And I feel like if we spent more time doing like childhood things or spend more time with children, if you can stomach children, because some people don't like children, and that's okay. Children are for everyone. But if you can do more childhood things or spend time with children, like, I feel like the more time I spend with kids, the less I care, because it's like, honestly, none of it matters at the end of the day. Like, again, we are on a floating rock in the middle of space. I don't have time or energy to care about every single thing, nor should I care about every single thing. Especially things that don't matter, like the features that I was born with. I don't have time to care if somebody else appreciates my features. The only person whose opinions matter about my features is me. If I feel like I'm T, then I'm fucking T, period, the end. And the best thing about actually having confidence and actually knowing like you're that girl is that I know that I am the baddest bitch in the fucking world. I also know that my roommate Talia is the baddest bitch in the fucking world. I also know that my friend Courtney J is the baddest bitch in the fucking world. I also know that my mom is the baddest bitch in the fucking world. I also know that Megan Thee Stallion is the baddest bitch in the fucking world. Like, I am the baddest bitch in the world, and at the very same time, so is every other bitch. Like, multiple things can be true at once. You know what I mean? So it's like, the only thing that matters is how I feel at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, I feel good as fuck. You know what I mean? So, and I want all Black women to feel that way. I want all Black women to know that, like, you don't always have to be so put together. You don't always have to be so, like, immersed in everything that's going on in the world. Like, immerse yourself in not giving a fuck, in doing things that turn your brain off, and doing things that just make you feel present, and like none of it matters, because at the end of the day, like, none of it does. We get one life. I can't spend my entire life worried about other people's perceptions or what someone else is doing or how they're feeling. Like, especially as a Black woman, who's going to care about how I'm doing? Who's going to make sure that I'm good? Who's going to make sure that my mental is good, right? So it's like, I need Black women to figure out what just makes them present and what makes them feel like nothing else matters. And I feel like for me, that's really just doing childhood shit, like coloring or swimming or being outside, going to the park. I wish there were like parks for adults. I wish that I could just like go swing on a swing set or like climb the monkey bars. Like, why aren't there adult parks? That's the thing. It's like, once you get to a certain age, like, it's just like things are just not acceptable. Like, why can't I just go to a park? And like, what if there was an outdoor park and there were like drinks there too? You know what I mean? Like, you could get a drink and then like go on the swing. Wait, that's a good idea. Are there adult parks? If not, like, I need to like patent that and make those, because I feel like that'd be so much fun. Like, imagine, okay, maybe not after a couple drinks, but like, imagine you're on like not a merry-go-round, but like that spinny thing. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like your feet are on it and like someone runs around and spins it and you go in a circle. I can't think of the name right now. It's not a merry-go-round, or maybe it is. I don't know. But imagine doing that at the park. Like, that would heal me. Just being able to do childhood things as an adult heals me. Like swimming or coloring, like those things truly take my mind off of the world. And I feel like that is so important, because it's easy to get like immersed in the bullshit, and it's so easy to lose your fucking head. Honestly, I was trying to think of a better word, but they're like, I don't know, it's so easy to just like get wrapped up in everything, because there is so much going on. Like, I don't remember if it had already happened before I filmed my last episode, but like, the US bombed Iran. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Why did we do that? There was literally like no reason. Like, he's like, oh, they have nuclear weapons. No, the fuck they didn't. And even if they did, like, they came out and said that they had already moved shit and like nothing was actually destroyed. So it was like a pointless mission. And here come Trump talking about this mission was super successful. No, the fuck it wasn't. You old, wrinkly, dirty fucking liar. Like, I'm sick because, like, I saw someone say, in the perfect description of it, someone said, I wanted to go see Barbie and somehow I ended up in Oppenheimer. Like, perfect fucking description. Every time I think about how we could have had Mamala in office, Big Sister General, I literally, like, it makes me sick to my stomach. Like, oh my God. And then there's people talking about she would have done the same thing. No, she fucking wouldn't have. No, she wouldn't have. Like, shut the fuck up. You're a fucking filthy liar. I just really hate everyone who did not vote for her. Like, why didn't y'all listen to black women? I mean, who's surprised? Literally no one. Y'all never listen to black women, but, like, damn. Like, y'all really hate black women that much that you were just like, yeah, I'm gonna vote for the convicted felon rapist. Like, oh my God. I can't. And now there's so many people like, oh, I regret my vote. I don't give a fuck, because you only regret it because things are starting to affect you. You only regret it because now your life is being affected. But if it had been other people's lives, like, you voted for, and, like, you knew you were voting for, you wouldn't give a fuck. And it's like the lack of empathy from people, like, really blows my mind. The lack of, like, compassion for other people. I just can't imagine living like that. I can't imagine just genuinely not caring about other people's lives. Like, that's really crazy. Like, think about it. Like, people who voted for Trump, literally, not only did they not care about other people's lives, they wanted to make other people's lives harder. Like, they wanted their lives to be harder. You can't convince me otherwise. They voted for hate. They knew exactly what they were voting for. And I hate when people are like, oh, like, I didn't realize that it was going to be this bad. One thing Trump was on his campaign trail for the first time in his fucking life was honest. He told y'all everything he was going to do. There was also Project 2025 laid out of everything that he planned to do. And just because y'all heard him say, oh, I have nothing to do with that, y'all believed him? Y'all believed the well-documented liar? That's really wild. Like, that's crazy. You believed the lying, convicted felon rapist over the black woman who, most qualified person to run for president. She's worked in every branch of the government. She wanted to give us money for houses. Like, I hate y'all. I hate you guys so much. Because why are we here? Like all y'all had to do was listen to black women and you didn't. Ugh. I'll literally never forgive. I will never forgive. And this goes more into my point, like, as black women, because they don't listen to us, we just have to stop. We have to stop screaming from the rooftops, and we have to start really caring about ourselves. And I'm not trying to say, like, if you feel like advocating is what you want to do, by all means do that. I'm not trying to say, like, you shouldn't do that at all, because I feel like that is problematic for people to do too. But, like, I just wish that black women would take more care of themselves as well and do things to shut your brain off, or do things to really prioritize your mental health, because I feel like we never get to really do that. Even as kids, like, we just always have to have our brains turned on. And I just want black women to know that it's okay to turn your brain off for a little bit. It's okay to unplug. It's okay to rest. And I feel like I've had a hard time balancing the two, because, like, yes, I want to rest and I want to prioritize myself, but at the same time, I do really like being informed, not just for me, but for you guys as well, so that I can update you guys on what's going on in the world and different things like that. But I feel like I didn't have a good, number one, I feel like I didn't have a good balance. And number two, I feel like I just wasn't doing the right things to actually have that balance. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, I do enjoy making content, and content is kind of an escape for me, but it is also something that, you know, I'm still very much focused on what's going on in the world. And so being able to, like, swim or read or color, like, those are things that truly make me turn my brain off and, like, not worry about anything else. And so I feel like I just need to do more of that. And so that's what I'm going to do. I feel like last week I was really down, and I was really like, what the fuck do I do? And I feel like I got my answer. And I love my guardian angels. I love any time that I'm just like, give me a sign. What do I need to do? I get that sign. And it comes quick too. It comes within the next business day. Because like your girl was like, what the fuck do I do? Because I could feel myself internally spiraling last week. Like I was going through it. And I was like, I need to figure out something that will make me like not be so in my head and like make me turn off my brain. Like I said before, I saw that you're kind of stuck wherever you've experienced trauma, and you need to heal that version of yourself in order to really heal your trauma. And so for me, that is like childhood, and I'm just working on healing my inner child. And the way that I can do that is like with my nannying, validating those feelings for my nanny kids, because that helps to validate my feelings. And then also just doing more childhood things, swimming, coloring, reading, etc. So that is what I want to encourage everyone, and especially Black women, to do as we wrap up this episode, is just find something that heals whatever part of you that is stuck. Find where you feel like you are emotionally stuck in whatever part of your life that is, whether it's childhood, adolescence, teenage, adult, wherever it is. And then just work to heal that part of you. I feel like that is really, really healing. And also shave your head. I am such a big proponent and advocate, especially for Black women, to shave their head. I feel like that has been the best thing that I could have ever done for myself, because it genuinely shows you just how little everything matters. None of it matters. At the end of the day, none of it matters. Again, we live on a floating rock in the middle of space, and our country is being run by a fascist criminal felon. What are we gonna do? So I think right now, for myself and for other Black women, I hope that we will just focus on healing ourselves. Like that is what I hope and want and pray and wish for Black women, is just healing and prosperity and just every single good thing that could happen. Like that's all I want for Black women and people in general. But I feel like I want to focus on Black women because there's not a lot of safe spaces for Black women, and I want to make sure that Black women always know, like, you're safe here. Like, you are my priority. Black women are my priority. So anytime I give advice, it's for whoever wants to hear it, but I hope that Black women hear it the most. And I hope that it helps, even if it just helps one Black woman to understand how important she is. Like, I that's all I want to do. All I want to do is make sure Black women know just how important and loved and seen and valuable they are, because we don't get to hear that a lot. We don't get to experience that a lot in every part of our lives. Like we don't get to experience that. So I just hope that everyone, my sisters, my brothers, my Black people, I hope you had a fabulous Juneteenth. I hope that, everyone will focus on just do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy and do what heals you. That's my wish for everyone. Just find that thing. Find where you're stuck, and then go and unstuck yourself. Go heal yourself. Go uproot yourself from those roots, which can be very, very hard, because like trauma, especially deep-rooted trauma, those things are really hard to break. And for anyone who's on that journey of healing yourself and healing your trauma, I'm so proud of you. Because trauma is real, and it's hard, and it's a lot, and you are not responsible for your trauma, but it is amazing that you are healing yourself so that you don't pass that trauma on to other people. I love that. And just unsticking themselves and just healing parts of you that, yes, you didn't break, but you're taking the responsibility and you're healing those things. Because at the end of the day, I feel like that's important too, is like people, like, yes, we didn't traumatize ourselves, but it is our responsibility to make sure that we're not traumatizing others. And so healing that trauma, working on recognizing, your triggers or where it is that you might need to work on yourself, like that is so important to me. And I hope that all Black women just focus on you. Focus on you, make yourself your priority, and do whatever makes you happy and whatever makes you unstuck. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode. I realized that it was kind of all over the place and there was no real topic. But I just felt like freestyling it today. I just wanted to freeball. Just wanted to pick up my mic and start talking, and that's what I did. So I just wanted to yap, and that's what I did, and I enjoyed it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that everyone is having a good week except for that orange drink lady, and I will talk to you in the next episode. Peace and love. Talk to you later. The Napkin in Between, hosted by Dejanay Jones, produced by Dejanay Jones, post-production by Dejanay Jones, music by Sam Champagne, and graphics by Isma Vidal. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next episode.